Welcome, everyone, to the deep dive. Have you ever, stopped to think about the secrets hidden just beneath the surface of public life?
Especially with, powerful families and their legacies.
Exactly. It's fascinating to imagine what might really be going on behind those polished images, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. That gap between the public face and the often messy human reality, it's huge.
And when you're talking about powerful figures, the potential for hidden truths and their consequences, it just goes way up.
For sure.
So today we're digging into exactly that kind of story. We're exploring the world of Mariah Stewart's novel, The President's Daughter.
It's quite a tale. Political intrigue, family secrets going back decades.
And this reporter, just relentlessly chasing the truth,
Yeah.
our source material today, it's all coming from excerpts of the novel itself.
Right, we're treating these passages like evidence, piecing together this really complex web of love, betrayal, and even murder.
Our mission here is to pull out the most interesting bits, the key insights, and help you assemble this story. It really challenges how you might see a respected former president and brings this hidden daughter into the light.
Get ready for some real aha moments, I think, as we unpack it all.
Okay, let's get into it. So it all kicks off with what seems like a pretty straightforward, almost prestigious assignment.
Right.
Simon Keller. He's a reporter, known for his sharp work, gets approached by his old Georgetown professor, Philip Norton.
And Norton wasn't just any professor. He was President Graham Hayward's press secretary.
Exactly. So Norton wants Simon to write this new, definitive biography of the late president. Sounds like a dream job, doesn't it?
On the surface, yeah. But Simon's instincts kick in pretty fast. He's wary.
What's that?
Well, Norton says he wants the book done right, trusts Simon, He even throws in this massive 2-book deal, including Simon's own novel, as a sweetener.
Wow, okay. That's significant.
Huge incentive. But Simon, being Simon, pushes back. He says, look, I'm not doing an authorized biography. He insists on total freedom. Follow his own leads, talk to whoever he wants.
So right away there's tension. Norton wants control, Simon wants truth.
Classic conflict, isn't it? Legacy versus reality.
And you can see Simon wrestling with it, this amazing opportunity, but maybe it's a trap.
And his initial research, it quickly veers into some pretty unsettling areas.
Where does he start?
His first stop, early February 2002, is Miles Kendall, Hayward's former chief of staff.
Okay.
But Miles at St. Margaret's now, he has Alzheimer's. So his memories are, they're foggy. He mentions a Dorsey, his sister, a White House near Newport. Seems kind of random at first.
It's just fragments.
Right. But even those fragments hint at something.
And Simon knows, even with an unreliable narrator, there could be clues in there, especially given how close Miles and Hayward were.
Lifelong friends. Grade school, prep school, law school. That's a deep bond. Decades of trust.
Okay, so what happens next?
Simon goes back to see Miles in March. And this time, Miles is much more lucid.
Really?
Yeah. He clearly remembers a trip to Chicago with Dorothy, needing to get back to D.C. because he worked there for President Graham. He even recalls a specific Christmas ball.
Details are coming back.
Vividly. And he talks about this woman in a lavender dress and this profound sadness. He says she never could see anyone but him, meaning Hayward. And then he adds, we both loved her.
Whoa, okay, that's not just politics.
Not at all. Simon's alarm bells are ringing now. This suggests a serious affair, right? And maybe Miles himself was involved emotionally.
And it gets even more intense, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. In that same conversation, Miles leans in, whispers about a baby.
A baby?
Yes. And he pleads, I didn't tell about the baby, not ever. Like it's this massive secret he's carried forever.
My goodness. The implications.
They're huge. It's not just an affair anymore. It's an illegitimate child, the president's child.
Yeah.
And Miles's fear, it tells you someone powerful wanted this completely buried.
Yeah. Who would Hayward have even told? Who could enforce that kind of silence for decades?
Exactly. What kind of pressure are we talking about?
And then the timing.
It's chilling. Just hours after Miles reveals this, after unburdening himself, he dies quietly in his sleep.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Simon doesn't buy it for a second.
No way. It feels deeply suspicious. Suddenly, this biography isn't just research. It's dangerous.
The stakes just went way, way up. This isn't history. It's active. Someone is still protecting that secret.
Okay, so Miles's death really lights a fire under Simon. This isn't just a book anymore. It's potentially a murder investigation.
Exactly. And his focus shifts to this name Miles mentioned. Blythe Pierce.
The woman in the lavender dress.
Possibly. He tracks down Adelaide Anderson, a former D.C. reporter. She remembers Blythe, specifically her accident back in late 71.
What does she remember?
She recalls it happened really late, like 2:00 a.m. And she says, significantly, things changed after Blythe's death. There's this sense that something wasn't right.
An intuition. Yeah, and Simon follows that intuition. He goes to the police, talks to a Madeline Shaw.
And what does he find in the official records?
It's disturbing. The original police report on Blythe's death, it's been cut down to just 2 pages.
2 pages? For a death investigation?
Barely anything, and the coroner's report is completely gone. Vanished.
Whoa.
Then he talks to a former officer, Kevin Hughes, who was involved back then. Hughes drops a bombshell. Blythe wasn't just hit once, she was run over twice.
Twice. Okay, that's not an accident.
No, that's deliberate, that's murder. And Hughes says the order to basically gut the file, it would have come from someone way over my head.
So a high-level cover-up. Real power involved.
Immense power, enough to make police reports disappear.
Chilling. Where does Simon go from there?
He heads to Wild Springs, Pennsylvania to find Blythe's family. He meets her sister, Blythe Pierce.
What does Betsy add to the picture?
She paints this picture of Blythe as stunningly beautiful, full of life and adventurous spirit. But she also confirms their father was haunted by her death, always believing it wasn't properly solved.
So the family felt it too. This secret has cast a long shadow.
For decades. And Betsy mentions something else, kind of curious. A big chunk of their mother's estate didn't go to family.
Oh, where did it go?
To Jude McDermott, Blythe's closest friend.
Interesting. Why?
It suggests a really deep connection, maybe something confidential between Blythe and Jude. And Betsy gives Simon Jude's address.
Another crucial lead.
Which takes him to Henderson. And purely by chance, he bumps into a landscape designer at a park event. Dina McDermott.
He doesn't connect her yet.
No idea. He finds her interesting, smart, you know. But the penny hasn't dropped. He's literally right there talking to the person at the center of the mystery.
Until he visits Jude.
Exactly. When Simon finally meets Jude McDermott, the reaction is instant. Jude is evasive, terrified when he asks about Blythe and President Hayward. It's not just nervousness, it's raw fear. Then Dina arrives. And in that instant, Simon sees it. The resemblance, maybe? Jude's terror? It all clicks. Dina isn't just Jude's daughter. She's Blythe Pierce's daughter.
What's your name?
She's President Graham Hayward's daughter. Jude's reaction confirms everything. It's an absolutely explosive moment.
And the danger becomes real, very quickly.
Terrifyingly real. There's this incident, a dark minivan jumps the curb, chases Dina, clearly a deliberate attempt to kill her.
Oh my God.
That forces Jude's hand. She has to tell Dina everything. The whole story comes pouring out.
What does she reveal?
Blythe's passionate affair with Hayward, her pregnancy. And, incredibly, that Hayward seriously considered divorcing his wife, abandoning a second term, all to marry Blythe and raise their child.
That completely changes the image of President Hayward.
Totally. He wasn't just stoic, he was deeply in love, willing to sacrifice everything.
And how was Dina protected all these years?
Jude explains Miles Kendall, the man who died, was Dina's godfather. And a friend, Frank McDermott, let them use his name on the birth certificate. Pure loyalty.
All to keep her safe.
Exactly. Jude's reason for the decades of secrecy was terror. Terror that whoever murdered Blythe would come after Dina if they ever found out.
Imagine being Dina. Your whole identity, your parents, it's all a lie constructed to protect you from a killer.
It's earth-shattering, not just finding out who your father is, but that the truth puts a target on your back.
Okay, so Simon now knows the truth about Dina, about Blythe, about Hayward. The stakes are immense. What's his next move?
He goes back to Philip Norton, the man who started this whole thing.
And confronts him.
Right. And Norton finally cracks. He admits he knew about the affair, knew about the child all along.
So why hire Simon?
Norton confesses he was manipulating Simon. He hoped Simon would find the truth, but that he'd bring it to him privately.
So Norton could control the narrative, protect Hayward's legacy.
Exactly. Classic political damage control. Manage the truth. Don't let it explode.
But it seems like Norton isn't the only one trying to manage things.
Not by a long shot. Soon after that confrontation, Simon discovers the tape recording he made of Miles Kendall's confession. It's gone. Stolen from his apartment.
Stolen. Okay, that's serious.
It proves someone else is actively involved, someone dangerous trying to suppress this. Who else knew? Who has the power to orchestrate break-ins and, potential murder attempts?
So Simon keeps digging, trying to figure out who else is involved.
Yeah, he widens his net, talks more to the Hayward family. He interviews Gray Hayward, the president's son.
What's Gray's take?
Gray is very much the defender of his father's image. He talks about his father's high morality, even brings up an old story about Hayward refusing to cover up some general's scandal. He's protecting the public narrative.
And the president's widow, Celeste.
Her reaction is completely different. When Simon shows her a picture of Blythe, the hatred is just palpable. It's visceral. You see the depth of the betrayal she felt, the pain that's still there after all these years.
Wow. And does he get any political insight?
He talks to Conrad Fritz, a former party chairman. Fritz confirms the affair, confirms Hayward wanted out of the re-election campaign.
But Fritz claims he changed Hayward's mind.
Yes. Fritz claims he talked Hayward out of it before Blythe died. And he let slip this detail about Blythe being shuttled out of town, suggesting the party machine was already working to manage the situation to keep her out of sight.
Politics over personal life.
Seems like it. The career came first.
So Simon and Orton start putting their information together.
And the pieces finally start to form a truly horrifying picture. They focus on Sarah Hayward Decker, the president's daughter.
Gray's sister.
Yes. Described as a very troubled girl, someone who was apparently quite manipulative, even learned how to get around the Secret Service.
Okay, that's unsettling.
And then the connection clicks. Sarah's close friend, Carolyn Decker, who later married Sarah's brother, owned the car used in the hit-and-run attempt on Dina.
No way. It traces right back to Sarah.
It points directly at her. This wasn't random. It feels targeted, orchestrated from within the family.
And Miles Kendall's role in this becomes clearer.
Tragically clear. Remember, he pleaded about the baby. Turns out, Miles advised President Hayward not to investigate Blythe's murder too deeply.
Why?
He was terrified it would lead to Dina, expose her existence, and put her in terrible danger. So Hayward, heartbroken, grieving, agreed. He stopped the investigation to protect the daughter he thought was Blythe's legacy.
Without realizing
His other daughter, Sarah, was almost certainly the killer, driven by jealousy, by feeling replaced.
That's devastating.
And Sarah wasn't just troubled, she was institutionalized, quietly sent away to Switzerland under her mother's maiden name, Dylan. Another secret buried.
Dylan. Wait, the client Dina was going to meet.
The very same Mrs. Dylan. The trap was set. It's that chilling idea, the danger coming from the person you'd least expect, the one closest to home.
So the confrontation. Dina goes to meet this Mrs. Dylan.
Thinking it's a landscape job, she walks right into an ambush. She's bound, locked in a shed.
And her captor is Sarah.
Yes. And Sarah sets the shed on fire. Her motive becomes terrifyingly clear when Dina, trying to reason with her, reveals how much President Hayward truly loved Blythe.
How does Sarah react?
It breaks her. Her whole twisted justification was that her father couldn't possibly have loved her mother if he loved Blythe so much. She needed his love exclusively. It's this desperate, tragic need for parental love warped into violence.
Dina escapes.
Incredibly, yes. She fights her way out of the burning shed, but Sarah shoots at her as she runs.
Just terrifying.
But then Simon, Jude, and Betsy arrive. They track Dina using a list of properties for sale, smart thinking under pressure.
And they find Dina.
Wounded, but alive. Sarah is mortally injured. The violence finally ends, but the cost is immense.
So what happens in the aftermath? Simon has the whole story now.
He gives everything to the Henderson police, including Sarah's involvement, but then he has to decide about the book, the scandal.
What does he choose?
He chooses privacy. He decides not to publish the story, focusing instead on his own writing and, well, on building a life with Dina. It's a huge ethical decision, right? Public interest versus personal peace.
And Dina, how does she move forward?
She meets Gray Hayward, her half-brother. And Gray, he shows incredible integrity.
How so?
He's about to run for president himself, but he offers to withdraw his nomination rather than have his father's secrets exploited or Dina's privacy violated. He wants to honor her choice.
Wow.
And he genuinely wants a relationship with Dina, to share stories about their father, this complex man they both lost in different ways. It offers a glimmer of hope, maybe healing.
So Simon and Dina find love amidst all this chaos. Simon understands Hayward's deep love, and Dina has to navigate this new identity, this inherited weight.
It's a really poignant ending. Complex, messy, but with a thread of hope running through it.
What an incredible journey, really digging into the president's daughter. It just goes to show history, even fictional history, is never simple, is it?
Not at all. It's always this dense weave of personal desires, public masks, and the often tragic results of secrets kept hidden for years, for generations.
We really saw how one massive secret could just ripple outwards.
Absolutely. Affecting careers, shattering families, driving people to do, well, unthinkable things. It's a powerful reminder, isn't it? Even people we see as moral pillars, they're still driven by intense human emotions.
And sometimes those emotions lead down very dark paths.
Indeed.
And you saw how it took this determined reporter, this hidden daughter, this family finally confronting the past, to bring a decades-old crime into the light.
Reshaping everything they thought they knew about love, about loyalty, about justice itself.
It really makes you think, doesn't it, about how we view public figures.
Yeah, how often do we just accept the crafted image? Do we ever stop to consider the deeply human stories, sometimes heartbreaking stories that might be unfolding just out of sight?
What truths might you find if you started digging a little deeper into the official stories around you? In your own world, maybe even your own family.
It's a provocative thought.
Definitely something to ponder. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive today. Until next time, keep digging, keep questioning.
And keep exploring.